So what if we did not have this attack that killed a U.S. serviceman? Would those talks be on? The former presidential envoy to Iraq under President George W. Bush, Paul Bremer. Ambassador, very good to have you. What do you think? If we did not have that attack, these talks presumably would have been on, and now they're not. What do you think?
Look, I think you have to step back a step. This administration's policy, ultimate goal in Afghanistan is the same as the previous two presidents, which is to not let another attack be based in Afghanistan on the American homeland. The problem is this administration's approach is muddled. The president said in his tweet calling the whole thing off that he concluded that the Taliban probably doesn't have the power to make an agreement. So why are we talking to him? Why have we been talking to him for all these months? He also said, I just don't understand people who would kill so many people just to improve their negotiating strategy. What kind of people are they? He said, well, the news is those are the kind of people who want to win, and that's what they do if they want to win. So we're in a real problem here, which is we're talking to a group which many, including 9 former American ambassadors from all 3 presidents, have said has not committed to peace. That's a real problem.
So how do we even progress? I mean, I can remember when it was a huge controversy when Andrew Young, who was the former ambassador to the United Nations under Jimmy Carter, secretly met with the PLO. And boy, heads were ready to roll. It was, staggering development. And yet, of course, we yawn at that in retrospect. I'm wondering if talks with the Taliban or anyone else, today's most vilified, evil, killers, change as time goes on. This is just not the time.
Well, if you're going to negotiate with the enemy, that's the only person to negotiate with, and it happens to be the Taliban. The problem is the Taliban is not committed to peace. It's still working with al-Qaeda and IS, the Islamic State, who have conducted attacks and continue to conduct attacks. And the Taliban, just as recently as yesterday, issued a statement saying, quote, we intend to continue our jihad. So how we go forward, I think there are 3 steps. 1, we have to get the Afghan government in some way involved, as Senator Schumer pointed out, and that means letting them go ahead with their planned elections later this month. Secondly, we need a clear program that's concise and precise with real deadlines and real measures put in it that the Taliban is committed to and the Afghan government is committed to. And under no circumstances should we establish dates for the withdrawal of any American forces. That just puts it directly into our political process.
Surely, Ambassador, someone would have been taking a peek at the calendar, though, right? At the anniversary of 9/11. Bad timing, maybe do this afterwards. How much goes into play when you think of something like that, when you look for negotiations, whether they're rumored or actual?
Well, I agree. I don't know how even if this had been a well-organized process and the substance were better, which it wasn't, somebody should have blown the whistle long ago, long before the attack that killed the American on Thursday, that having the Taliban, who were responsible for the attack on 9/11, here 3 days before the anniversary was simply not a good measure, to put the mildest term on it.
All right, Ambassador, thank you very, very much. We'll see, obviously, what happens now, sir. Good seeing you again.